Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. In today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit of Thrilljoy. We're going to even talk about some Pokemon cards and, of course, some Funko news as well.
Collecting is the way.
Now sit back for the thrill as we bring you some joy.
Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 122. I'm Migs here with Trey and Charlie, and we're back with another episode. Today is going to be packed with a lot of stuff. We are going to start talking about some Funko because we do have some stuff in the news. We have some awesome products from Funko that I cannot wait to talk about. They're huge. Yeah. We're going to talk about NFTs. We do have some Thrilljoy stuff to talk about as well. And we're going to talk about for the first time, which I think is where we're going to start it off, is some Pokemon cards. You guys do know that we have been, talking about cards in general, collecting. We've been ripping. Trey's been ripping stuff all the time. You're seeing tons of UFC, WWE. We obviously have baseball, football, all that kind of stuff. But none of us have really spoken too much about Pokemon, and we obviously know it's massive. We all are fans of it, but we did want to talk about this latest drop just because it's huge. It's massive. Pokemon really has been massive for a while, but this drop has just been crazy.
Same.
And I'm, of course, talking about the Prismatic Evolutions, which just recently came out. And if you guys, if you were living under a rock, who knows? Because TikTok was gone. So maybe you guys haven't seen this, but, TikTok is back. But there was some crazy videos of people at Costco, Target, like all these crazy places. I don't know what you guys think about this, but it's pretty bananas. And it's kind of crazy that this is still a thing. And people are going this crazy over this stuff.
I was reading that they're saying the craziness of chasing down these products is at an all-time high, even bigger than when it was during the pandemic when people were going nuts.
Wow.
People are fighting over them. Obviously, the Prismatic Evolutions is the newest set, which has been impossible to get. The Elite Trainer boxes are impossible to get. Like all the other stuff, just packs. But then also Costco came out with like an exclusive set from like the 151, which is really popular about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
But people are like fighting people in the store over it, like decking them out, taking pallets, like shoving the workers out of the way. And like, this isn't like at one, I feel like when this happens sometimes for product releases and you'll see a viral video, it's like one. I think I've seen like 5 to 10 different Costco's where people are beating the shit out of people to get these. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy, but what's also funny is like I kind of been wanting to get into Pokemon. I'm like, wow, when I want to get back into it, it's impossible to get.
Like, do you want to get into Pokemon because you want to start fighting people at Costco, or like,
no,
you want to bring the boom? Is it?
Yeah,
you want to
boom, boom.
Check it out. There was some booms going on. It was wild. I don't know. Did you see some of that stuff, Trey? It was pretty crazy.
I did. I did see a lot of that, and it's crazy because like I went to like a GameStop, right, just to kind of see like, hey, are y'all getting stuff? What are y'all getting? Are y'all getting extras? And I think I had went like on a Tuesday, and there was already somebody outside of GameStop waiting.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
for the release on Friday.
Right. They did only, from what the manager told me, they only had like one extra ETB and then like a few other things. So like, I think the guy that was waiting didn't pre-order because all the other stuff was pre-orders. So that guy was literally there since Tuesday. And
That's insane.
That is insane. The dedication, you know what I mean? But yeah, all the fighting stuff, I was like, dude, that's insane. Like, where I'm at, there's not a Costco. There's Sam's, but yeah, like I think I mentioned to y'all, like we only have one Target, or now we have two, but like people go crazy for that stuff here. Like they are literally already fighting for stuff, especially during the pandemic. That was even harder to get anything. So I haven't gone anywhere in the last few days just because, here in Texas it's actually cold now. So, the roads are shutting down. Like, we're not used to this. As you can see, I'm wearing a sweater here on YouTube. If you're not watching, check us out on YouTube and feel free to like the video. Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm afraid to go anywhere, but yeah. I'll just wait till I catch
it. Because of the snow.
That's just
probably
so funny.
both. Probably both.
I ran errands today, did stuff,
I had
snow
work
outside.
today in
Yeah,
the snow. It
makes
was
it
wild.
work.
I barely
Yeah.
wanted to get groceries. Like
I didn't want to go, but no.
yeah. Well,
But
you
yeah,
know.
it's cold. It's cold over here. We're in like single
It's definitely
digits.
cold.
You know, not to go off on a random tangent, but yeah, back to the Pokemon stuff. It definitely, yeah, it reminded me of, I remember like the COVID times where it was crazy and the Targets had to put up those pictures that said like only this
Yeah.
amount
Mhm.
per
Mine had
person.
those
You could only buy
today.
them on a specific day. Like you just couldn't go in at any time. And then it seemed like that kind of died out because obviously Pokemon's had this hype in the past and it's kind of gone and come and gone and so back and forth. But recently I feel like it's gotten a little bit more popular with like the Whatnots of the world and these other places that like happen to do shows, and then the Logan Pauls and all these like famous people started getting into Pokemon, and obviously that probably blew it up even more. But recently I feel like I see Pokemon boxes all the time because there's just so many different sets, and that's kind of one reason why I haven't really jumped into it, because it's like, where do I start? There's like so many different things. I gotta buy something that has nothing in it. But like I saw this was like a top thing that everyone was going crazy for, and the Costco videos were the first ones because they had that specialty like big box.
Yeah.
And I think it was some places had 10 max and some were like 5, throwing
Mm-hmm.
them in shopping carts or tackling people, ripping them out of their hands. I'm like, this is just getting insane. And I don't get it, but I mean, they're all hunting for like these specific, you know, there's like one card that's like specifically really high value right now. But I don't know if you saw this at all, Charlie or Trey, but obviously the hype is big right now. And there's like a specific card everyone's kind of hunting, but there's a few that are, you know, pretty decently priced cards. But that big one is like going up, and like the resellers and everything are just going crazy. But I was watching this guy and he was saying some stuff about how Pokemon, and I think we'll appreciate this, but like Pokemon in general, like they don't like that. And they know when that's happening.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is like they'll just print more stuff.
Yeah, they'll reprint.
And they'll flood stuff and reprint it to screw with that value and those resellers. So if you're really like thinking that's still going to be a thing, like supposedly it's not. They're going to come back out. They're going to reprint stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be more available. So it's more like a don't go spend thousands of dollars on something when eventually it'll be more accessible. And that's probably why we do see so much Pokemon stuff out, because they do that. And I kind of appreciate that in a way. Like, yeah, it's great to like not, and you know, the rush of getting something, but don't get like bamboozled into something that like may not end up
for
like
sure.
that.
I mean, that's anything too, right? With like even with Funko stuff, the whole FOMO, I think that's what it is. I think maybe even Diss Trackers posted a while back that Pokemon sent a statement saying that, you know, yes, they know
They're gonna
that
reprint.
they're going to reprint, which is a good thing. I think they've always done that. Even now, like, yes, they won't reprint, you know, older stuff. I think after a certain time, they won't reprint anymore. So, which is pretty cool. Because, you know, I didn't get anything. I tried looking online, you know, catch any restocks, but, you know, and it's funny too, because like I was talking to you guys, you know, I was rearranging my stuff. It's funny because I actually found like a Celebrations ETB just in one of my boxes. I forgot I even bought it. It's funny.
Dude, it's the Pokemon gods calling to you that got to catch them all.
Yeah.
I know. It's just have like been trying to get this set online, but yeah, at retail, I'm not gonna go and pay these crazy prices. Like I have a card local store right by me. They're like posting on their Instagram, like, come in, we have product, and it's like the ETB, they're selling it for like $150. So I'm just like, this is just it's just and so slimy to me.
That is, and especially with like stores like that, because I have seen some posts that stores understand like the resellers, right? Like I saw one video where the store owner literally came out and said, I understand, you know, this is a very high item. I could sell it on TCG for 150 or whatever the case may be. He's like, but I know you guys want this, so you know they sold it at retail, which is pretty awesome. Not a lot of some stores do that, you know, but we do know some of them, you know, do mark them up, which does suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. But it's been exciting. Like, it's in the community of collecting in general. Like, people are pumped about this, and it is fun, at least in my opinion, even though I haven't been able to get them, like trying to get it. I haven't really had that feeling in a very, very long time.
Have you grabbed other stuff? Because I think you said you're kind of
I started to
starting
get
to get some packs.
Yeah, I've got a few Pokemon cards, packs of just other sets, like you said, that are still available, that are still part of like the Scarlet Violet era that's happening right now. I haven't opened them yet though, because I am going to try to make some videos of the Pokemon cards, because I do feel like I'm going to get into them again. But we will see, because I've been doing like, I don't know, I've gone down the rabbit hole of YouTube for Pokemon cards.
Yeah, dude,
I mean, it happens. That's
sucks.
how I am with top stuff. I watch like so many YouTube channels ripping everything, comparing boxes.
I've been watching,
worth it? Is it not?
Yeah, same thing with me. I've been looking at all the WWE stuff, and again, there's evolution packs in here. They're tins. I forgot I had these. I totally forgot.
When were you like? Did you used to collect Pokemon?
I used to. I wanted the evolutions.
Okay.
Like evolutions, what is it, XY or whatever?
Yeah.
I wanted those because those were the like reprints of the old stuff, right? Yep. So that's what I wanted, and I was like, hell yeah! And then I would find these occasionally, and I'd buy them, and I probably got so busy with something else, I just totally forgot. And I'm starting to
fire in there, Trey.
I probably do.
Just like that other pack.
Stay tuned. Yeah, this was. I think I bought these like 2-3, probably during the pandemic, to be honest.
Damn.
So stay tuned for that short. I'm sure it's coming.
Rip those. That's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, definitely let us know, you guys out there, because we haven't really talked about this. I think we had a fan or commenter out there at one point did say something about Pokemon, and yeah, like we'll obviously talk about it, especially if it's like news related and something's hot or what's coming out, kind of give you our part. And if we do have stuff to rip, obviously we'll show you. But let us know what you guys think. Like, what do you feel about this hype? Is it just, gonna come and go? Are you excited about this? Does it make you more excited for, that TCG in general? Or, it's not going anywhere, but we know it's just going to continue to come out with new sets. So this just seems to be like one of the hottest ones in a while. So it's going to be interesting to see what's like next, and if this is going to be more available, like we were saying, which, hopefully it is, because it would be cool to kind of like just try to get some of these or pull something out of it, hopefully, because they look pretty sick, like the actual cards.
Makes you gonna get some? You gonna get some, Makes?
I mean, if it's like available, I'm not gonna pay at all anything. None of us are, whatever. So
none of us are gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm not that hyped into it, but I wouldn't mind ripping some. I've been, like I said, I've been watching stuff too. And then my freaking Instagram feed suddenly, just because I started watching those ones of people fighting, now it's like all these videos of this stuff. Like I've sent,
and they're all like different angles, right? Of the same fight, just different angles now.
But it's like it's either the fighting or it's like people that are getting it, or I don't know where I saw it, but there was one guy that had like 50 of those boxes in like a room lined up like a wall. And like I was like, oh, I think Dr. Applesauce was ripping that person. Yeah. And it wasn't him that had it, but he was talking about the guy that had it. And I was like, why would someone have that's just insane.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I did see a few people on Instagram that had a lot, right? And it's probably the same people that, well, actually it is the same people that go to the Funko Hollywood and they buy a bunch of box cases, right? Or master cases, and they are a known whatnot seller. So I get it at the same, like on that aspect, right? Because they need product for their fans or whatever, and they know people are going to buy it. But it does suck for, like Charlie. Charlie's wanting, to buy some, and
exactly
these guys have a bunch, and Charlie could barely get, a single pack.
None.
Yeah.
I actually went to Target today for other reasons, but I gotta go check out the card section now. And it's funny, the Pokemon section normally has, like you said, makes some random sets that maybe aren't as popular, that no one really wants. The entire thing was empty. Like it's almost as people came and were just like, oh, if I can't get that, I'm just gonna get something. There's like not one piece of product left. I've never seen it before.
Wow,
that's interesting. I have to check out a store. I haven't been to one in a little bit, but I'll make sure to take a look for you guys. So we'll see. But let's transition over to Thrilljoy. Let's talk a little bit about that, because the last time we spoke about them, obviously, we had that blog conversation and what's going to be coming and these secrets in here and there. But they did announce their next drop, which they also did kind of tease towards. And it is the animation drop, which I think we thought originally was going to be like the MTV one.
Yeah.
But animation, I kind of forgot about that one. That one was one that they announced as well when we were at the New York City Comic Con panel. And this time we're getting the actual animation one. And there's 3 different like shows for this, which is of course Avatar, The Last Airbender. We got Scooby-Doo and Ian Flux. I don't have too much positive to say. I don't know if you guys want to jump in because I think it's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah,
At this point, I'm kind of almost feel like I'm a little over Thrilljoy because I don't know if there's going to be anything that I'm going to be like super, super excited for.
I agree. They're also still just, I don't know if you remember this, Migs, but 2 of these sets were part of the animation drop at New York Comic Con when they did the presentation. Looks like another thing has come to fruition that isn't coming out that they said was going to. The Beavis and Butthead, they must have had, I'm assuming they had some sort of issues with getting those product done. So it was replaced with Avatar because that was never announced.
Yes, that's true.
At New York Comic Con. Not to say everything at New York Comic Con was announced. It was just interesting when they had mentioned like animation drops coming and they showed all of these. But I agree with you. I'm not going to sit here and say I'll never buy a Thrilljoy product again, but it needs to be something I love. Like even Avatar, I like Avatar, but I'm not going to get it. Once again, they're just, now that I've really thought more about it, even though I do love the idea of the picks, they are just too big and I don't want to be a broken record, but you can only have so many of these. Anyone who's saying they're buying tons of these is just lying to themselves, in my opinion. And I also, it does bother me a little, but I get it. Like I did think Brian was going to be more involved after the launch. It kind of seems like he's now just, behind the scenes. Yeah, exactly. And I say it every time. Please win me over one day, but their marketing is just so cringe to me. It makes me not want to buy the product, which is obviously is the complete opposite of marketing. They don't, for a company that says they're for the fans and fans first, the only fans that they're really going after are the fake influencers who are pretending to like this stuff, in my opinion. Hot take, but it's just so uninspiring to me. All of these social medias for these companies, like I was thinking back, like pandemic times, it is sad that all those guys and gals lost their jobs at Funko. They were so good at their job that like I follow some of them still on social media, and they just have not, none of these companies have been able to regain the magic ever since.
Some of them follow us too.
Yeah, they do. Which is cool. But it's just interesting to me because that is such a big, I mean, I can go on this forever and ever. And I understand certain influencers have a certain vibe, and it just isn't for me for this. There actually one influencer who's part of the new marketing for this. I do really like him, but he's obviously doing what he's being told to do for this with the other people involved. And yeah, I'm sorry. Trey, you go.
Kind of hard to follow up with that, Charlie, if I'm being honest. But no, yeah, dude, I do not like any of them. Maybe the Scooby-Doo if I had to pick, but like again, I'm not gonna go buy it. I don't need it. It's not like, oh my god, I really need to have it. But I do agree with you. When it comes to like, actually, after I hear both of y'all talk about the blog and stuff like that, I go back and read it. I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. And then obviously their marketing, and I'm like, oh my god, that could be way better. You know what I mean? Like, there's some other jabronis that can probably do it better. But yeah, obviously the fake influencers, that's always been like real cringe to me as well. It's, yeah, I don't think I'll get a Thrilljoy either until like maybe if the mega picks of the TMNT one, but that's even a maybe. Like
You'll get that. I do know you will buy that.
I probably will, but it's like I really haven't seen. Well, maybe because I haven't paid attention, but I haven't really seen that many people post the mega picks either that they're getting or anything like that.
Yeah, they're now starting to get
Yeah.
it. The
Like
first one, obviously, the Freddy.
how
is
long ago?
finally-
That was like in October.
Yeah, it's finally now getting to people because I did see a couple people unboxing it or showing it off. Speaking of, there is a mega pix in this drop, which is a
Yes.
Scooby Doo. Well, it is blue, but he's got like Scooby Doo
Colors
accessories,
like the green.
basically.
Yeah. Holding
Yeah.
Velma, I think, is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is
Nice.
interesting because I personally, when we went to New York Comic Con, like the blue was cool and like blue as this was kind of nice, but like I wasn't a big fan of when they showed like this version where it was like basically blue, just like holding product.
Yeah.
And like that didn't make sense to me. At least a Freddy, like he had the hat, he had different outfits, he has like the interchangeable hands, like Freddy, like knives and stuff. So like that was okay. But I do like the non-blue megapix, which they have not officially shown any. They have not sold any of those, and those are the ones I think that would have done the best and are probably going to be the ones that people would be the most excited for. But now it's just like, are they even going to do that? Because one of them was Bumble, and obviously Christmas stuff came and went, and that never came out. And it's like, are they going to do it? I think one of them was also the was Gandalf. I think one of them.
Gandalf was one of them. Yeah,
he'll come out. But like
Freddy was one. I mean, not Freddy. Jason was one of them.
Jason, yeah, the Jason one was sick too. Yeah, Jason. So I don't know. It's like Charlie said. Like we really did think this was going to be a little bit different when he came to Brian, but it kind of seems like. And granted, he's the CEO. He can do whatever he wants. Most of the time, they are behind the scenes, so that's fine.
Dude.
But it just kind of came off like it was going to be different.
Yeah,
and it's not. It's more, they're marketing people, and there's other people that you see more front and center most of the time. But I don't know, maybe they'll be bigger and more exciting when they go to events again, like maybe San Diego Comic-Con and stuff. It'll be something that's going to be more, like where we'll be excited for, kind of how we were at New York Comic-Con. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as Charlie, where it's like, I don't know if they are big or whatever. But one thing against kind of like what you said, I do think there are probably some people who do go out there and get all of these, but they're probably people that like this is their collection. Or maybe they have a couple other things, but they're not like massive Funko collectors. Like we have thousands and then have this. Like I think that's very far and few between. Like if you do that, power to you, you're a beast. But I do. I could see some people who maybe got into Thrilljoy as their main collectible and get most of them and stack them up or put them on the wall or whatever. And in that case, like, we probably see some. I think we follow a few people that probably are
we
a little
totally
bit in
do.
that boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something that's, for us at least, who are huge fans of it, we've kind of steered a little bit away from it, but it's not like we hate it. And I'm sure if they come out with something that we absolutely love, maybe we'll grab them.
Yeah,
but like, figure it out.
So another thing I just saw right now, I don't know if I missed something. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the Scooby-Doo Megapix is 125.
I didn't see that.
It is 125, but the Freddy Megapix is still 175.
125. That's a big difference.
Well,
What
wasn't that the original price? I'm happy.
I was trying to think. I think
Thank you.
Did it go up 50? Was it really that much?
I'm so happy you just pointed it out because no one's talking about that, and I wonder if that is a mistake and they've never updated the website.
Well, I took a screenshot of it, so these jabronis can't be lying.
Well, rewind
before,
back to when this happened. I was a very big believer the way they wrote in their blog that this was just a thing for the Freddy. So I'm curious if they had brought it back or the bad press, maybe Brian found out a way with his suppliers and yada, yada, yada to get the price down to what he wanted it to be. That's wild.
Yeah.
It would be better if it was that price, obviously. But again, it could also be maybe they will have two price points. Like maybe because the Freddy one, he had a hat.
Yeah, different.
He had blood on his face and marks on his back. So it was like he was the character versus where I was just saying like how this is just blue holding something. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know if
It's
that's
just a hat.
$50 worth. That's an expensive ass hat. I mean, their hats are $50, so maybe that's their price point, and that's what they're looking at. But that'd be a little crazy.
That's crazy. I just noticed that because honestly, I don't remember. Well, now that I do remember seeing the mega pics, but yeah, I just saw that right now. That's insane.
I didn't even look at it. Just a lot of their stuff has been a mess because I know even in our group texts, and I was joking, like the way the Avatar ones were released before they even got their posts or their marketing material out, they already made them live on their website for everyone to see. Like,
Yeah.
just like they still at this point, I just don't get how they don't have their stuff together.
It's so here's another funny thing. Not to like, we don't have to be dead horse with Thrilljoy here, but like, do you still find it kind of odd that like their stuff's not selling out still? Like even the blue is still not sold out. And it's only that one's a 3,000 piece.
Yeah, and I, like at this point, that's where. And hey, Migs, I'm going to give you credit where credit's due. Like this is just a niche product. It just is.
Yeah.
Like if you can't sell at a 3,000 piece count of like their most hyped one of the first character of their brand, you're never selling one out, in my opinion.
Yeah,
which is, I
so
mean,
that just might be what they are. I mean, like you said, we've said it, and I've mentioned this. Like, I just think that's what they're going to be. And
there's no way they want to be that though.
Oh wow!
I'm sure they're, behind closed doors, not happy. About this.
It is a 3,000. It is a 300 piece megapix, by the way, or is it 500 piece?
A megapix.
A megapix. Scooby-Doo. Yep.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, but maybe Scooby-Doo may have a bigger fan base than I'm giving it credit for. We'll see if
that's true.
I could see that selling out before the Freddy Krueger one, actually, in a weird way. But yeah, I mean, I want Thrilljoy to excite me again. I just don't even like. We've talked about this before. I've loved, and like I said, I bought some of the Christmas ones. I bought the 2 of the Heat Miser ones. I actually got a Chase, which I was super pumped about, and I loved how that line, and I'll use that as an example, every product was different. I think they need to stick that for everyone. Like the Avatar one, why are they both Aang? Like, I just don't get that at all. I kind of like, even though I'm pretty sure Brian loves Velma from what I've heard. Like that's why it's Scooby and Velma. Whether we like them or not, at least they're 2 different characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Even with the Ham Flux one, I guess at least it's cool that she's like suspended from the air, which they're trying to like act like that's like a big deal, but it's still the same thing. I don't know.
I mean, at least the Avatar one, like I don't mind the Aang one as much. I mean, it is a completely different mold. He's doing something different. The background is different. So like,
I don't disagree with that. That's better than like what we would get from
water
Funko sometimes for chases. But it's just like, it's just interesting to me. I always thought their strategy was cool to change the character, versus it being the same character. It's like I feel like they should pick one or the other.
Yeah,
but
even
just for consistency,
even the megapix is like it's his face is mouth open and smirk.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got different things in his hands, but like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it does seem like
comes back.
Your boy is one of their big faces now on their social media. So who knows? But they do have a blog up, by the way, about this. So
yeah, I read that blog.
Yeah, great writing.
One day.
All right, we'll move on. Enough of Thrilljoy. Let us know
what you guys think. The OGs.
Yeah, let us know. We do have Thrilljoy fans. Obviously, we've got a lot of Thrilljoy fans that came along when we started talking about them.
We have people who listen to our podcast exclusively, I feel like, who, like you said, only collect Thrilljoy.
Yeah.
So, like,
which
I mean,
we're
we're just, like, giving our opinions. I can sit here and say I will still buy Thrilljoy product. I can't just get whatever at this point just because it's just not there for me right now.
Yeah. I you know what, I agree with that. I can agree with that. But weird thing too, I just looked at, we were talking about the Freddy megapix. It has a notify me when it comes back in stock, even though it's sold out.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about.
That's
Mhm.
another episode. That's another episode.
Yeah.
Let's go to
Which,
the
by the
other
way-
brand that does notify me.
Yeah, final thing on it. January 24th. That's when the
Yeah.
animation drop is. So if you guys are getting it, good luck. And hopefully you like it.
Yeah, let us know.
But we'll shift gears now. We're gonna shift to some Funko news, but let's start off with the other side of Funko with the NFTs. Quickly wanted to talk about this because we do like talking about it all the time. The drops that are coming out. It was a little, last few weeks have been light. We haven't gotten many, holidays and everything, and now we're into the new year. So now we're getting a new drop. This is something I don't think any of us really care about. Is this a second?
It is.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Series
So we
2.
have Series 2, Adventure Time, which I remember the first one dropping, and like some people were kind of excited because like, oh, cool, Adventure Time, but I don't think it really did well.
No.
And we're getting another one. I honestly don't know much about it. I know what it is, but I obviously don't watch it or know about it. What they picked, like they look pretty cool. Like they look like the cartoons and whatever, and they're like some of them look kind of crazy. The Freddy one looks pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't think there's much hype for this. There are some people in like some of the comics that are pretty excited, I guess, because they're just like really excited for this niche of a thing. I don't know, but yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that this is another line again because I am gonna stick to what I say all the time. Like, I like that the NFT line can be niche. The pops do look pretty cool, but like, yeah, this is not for me. I don't collect this, never watch the show. But what I will say is they need help on their strategy of, when things drop. This should not be the first big drop of the new year, in my opinion. They should have picked a property that was going to pump everybody up. It just, I don't envision this selling out. I feel like we're going to start the year off with burnt packs.
Yeah, it's 15,000 premium, 50,000 standard. So
Yeah, that's not good. That's
Not
terrible.
much.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it. I probably have, but the Grail
I've
looks
never seen
cool.
it. Yeah.
I never watched it.
The Grail looks cool in my opinion, just the way, how it's see-through and it has like the bunch of stuff inside. And then the Freddy and Proto look pretty cool too.
Yeah. Those
and
characters are pretty much well known, so those look kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
But I do like the way the stickers look too. It's different. It looks like it may be like a holographic or whatever.
That's actually a new thing though that they did announce. That I'm happy you brought that up. They are new stickers, and now the stickers will reflect what is redeemed, not what is possible to get. That is a new thing that
I saw stickers. I didn't realize the numbers was that.
They will actually have the correct numbers on them.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So to talk about a few positive things for Droppp, like I do think that is one of them. They really have listened to the fans, and things take time. We were all as a community really critical of them, but I'm sure they were working behind the scenes. You can only do certain things so fast. Like they started off with better shipping times, as we all know. Now they not only do they give you the option to get a hard stack with your pops. I mean, all of the pops now come packaged immaculately.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish they did this from the start. They would have had probably no issues if they did. Now they're doing this, which I think is one of the biggest critiques of anyone in the community. And then they're also announced that they're coming out with the Droppp Arcade, which they haven't given too much information about, but essentially from what I've gathered, it's gonna be like a fun game that you're gonna be rewarded for the other NFTs you have. So it's not just redeemables or pull. It's kind of make all the other things that you have in your wallets more useful in the Funko world, rather than how a lot of people are NFTs are like, I don't really care about this. I like about the redeemables. So I think that's pretty cool too. And then another thing, and then I want your guys' opinions, what you all think, because I'm not sure if you've seen this yet. The Funko fan rewards is going to have special things for getting maybe certain drops, buying packs with your points. Like they're really trying new stuff, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's different. I don't think I saw that anywhere, or maybe I probably did, but I probably glanced over it. But that's actually pretty cool that they're actually doing that. I like that a lot, especially because I do have stuff in my inventory or wallet. I'm just like, dude, why do I even have this still?
Yeah, and you don't want to sell it for 5 cents. So it's just like I might as well hold it.
Yeah.
But that I mean, it is interesting that you said that. I didn't really catch too much on that. And like you said, I 100% agree. The shipping is way better now. They do ship pretty quickly, except for a couple random drops that were so backed up. Which one of them is like Star Wars, which is insane. I don't know if I told you this, Trey. I think I told you, Charlie.
Yeah, you told me.
The Star Wars one is like finally shipping out, and I've moved in the time of when I ordered those to where I live now. So they're going to like my old apartment because they were pre-ordered so long ago.
Oh
And
my god.
yeah, luckily I was able to talk to the old landlord to kind of keep an eye out for them. But yeah, mine are supposed to be coming Wednesday. It's like, dude, those things were like over a year. I feel like that was
insane
forever ago.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they are stepping it up with a lot of stuff, and they're packaged a lot better. And the fact that you can get a hard stack if you want, which is great. But you know, some of these other things that they're doing are definitely being more helpful. This drop itself, I don't think is a great way to start, like you said.
Yeah, no.
But at least, like, you know, they have their fans and they have loyal people that are still going to do it. But it's a completely different place than when this first came out, and how exciting it was as a whole for people. I think it's really, really, a lot of people have stepped back from this, and I just think that's kind of more the quality of what they're putting out and how much they're putting out. That's the one thing they haven't really fixed yet. Hopefully for this year they can do that. They're not doing it on Drop 1, but I guess we'll see if they do it going forward. But I mean, let us know if you guys, you know, if you are excited for any of this stuff. I think that drop comes out
today.
Yeah, today.
Oh yeah, today. Jeez, so that's already going to be coming out.
What's
So
talking about it.
Good luck if you guys wanted that. I don't know why, but you know, this episode has been a lot of stuff that we're just like, yeah, this is not so exciting, and we're going to continue that because now we're going to talk about the worst product that Funko has ever made. I'm going to go out there. I want this to become like a viral meme. No, I'm just kidding. Well, a product that clearly they have run with. We talked about this at the end of year, I think 2 years ago, whatever it was. Like, this will be something they'll probably still make, or this will be something that'll disappear. Clearly, it's not going anywhere, but they're overdoing it. In my opinion, they're overdoing it. There's a lot of product in this line, and it's of course the Bitty Pop, which it's not so bitty. This is like their biggest freaking line at this point. We're still getting more actual biddies. Like, we're getting Dragon Ball Z now. Like, we're getting a bunch of different ones that they're going to continue to come out with. But one thing that they started doing was like these side things where they started with like the mini, what the heck were they called? Like the little rides and like the moment type stuff.
The deluxes.
The deluxe. And we thought that was a lot. I mean, even Charlie kind of said, I think you said it,
I
like,
did.
There's just too many different products. And Funko was like, hey, hold my poodle. I'm going to come out with another
I like this
random product. And you can talk about it because I think you like it. I think this thing is ridiculous, but go ahead. I don't know if there's an actual name for it. What's the actual name for it? The name is even awful, but
yeah, that actually, what is the actual name for
boxes,
it?
bro. What's the name?
Bitty Box.
Yeah, so that is a bad
original.
Name. I will say that is a bad name. But the concept behind it is cool, in my opinion. They probably should have came out with this in the beginning, and maybe people would have different opinions of this. Essentially, from what it looks like, it is the size of a normal Funko box, but it comes with basically a playable scene, which, you know, for me, this is kind of nostalgic because it reminds me of Mighty Max, which I loved as a kid, which is essentially the boy version of Polly Pocket. Do you remember those?
Yeah,
I was going to say Polly Pocket, actually.
But I was going to say Polly Pocket too, but I remembered what it was actually called for the boys. Because
yes,
I
it's
remember
actually
that.
a Funko Pop that I've always wanted Funko to make, which I don't know why they've never made it, and they've made Polly Pocket, but that's neither here nor there. But essentially, in my opinion, that's what this kind of is like. It opens up, it has like the entire scene you can play with, and then you can play with the little bitty pops within it. Um, I mean, where this product does become interesting, and it's probably an issue with Funko in general now, which we all debate. This is clearly more of like a toy product for kids. But it can hit home with, am I gonna get all of them? No. But like even like the Turtles one is pretty sick. It's
Yeah.
their lair. It looks super cool. It's one of those things like maybe you get one of your main fandom, you could put it on your, desk or display and call it a day. But I will say, like, to me, these my son is gonna go crazy over, I feel like.
Yeah.
Which once again, some people absolutely hate that we can make comments like that about Funko, that they shouldn't be in that business, but unfortunately they are in that business. That is not going away, I don't think, ever. So long-winded answer, but I am a fan of these, even though I do think some of the other, they've overdone some of this product in general. This should become like more of a staple for this.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with everything you said. Of course, I am very interested in the Ninja Turtle one because that one actually looks really damn cool. Honestly, the layer, and like you said, it reminds you of the Polly Pocket. I remember having a bunch of, well, not that specific one, but the boy version, right? Of
Mighty Max.
Yeah, I remember having like a bunch of those, and just always being very careful, right, of not losing the actual
Yes.
figure or the extra accessories. And that gives you that nostalgia of like, that's what it reminds me of. And I was just like, man. And so like for me, obviously Ninja Turtles, I'm gonna want it even more because it's gonna give me that nostalgia of, back in the day when I was a kid and I had that figure, the Mighty Max. So I'm excited. I know
Migs
Migs
still
is
hates
super.
them.
I still think Migs is gonna get one day.
Dude, I'm like, you
No.
can't even be interested in that
No.
one. I'm shocked.
No, not at all. I literally am super
Don't worry,
completely
dude.
against this.
Don't worry. Christmas is coming.
I mean, someone can get it for me, sure, but so just to kind of like, I mean, we didn't even talk about what's coming out, but obviously, so
Yeah.
there's a Ninja Turtles sewer layer, there's a Lilo and Stitch, Lilo's home, there's a Pennywise layer, which is what Charlie was talking about. There's a Hogwarts castle, obviously for Harry Potter. There's even a Stranger Things, the Buyer's house.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and then I think that's it. Yeah,
That's
there's 5 of them. And then I'll go back to them real quick, but there are also a couple new deluxe ones that were announced as well. Sully and Monsters Inc. There's a Moana one, and then there's a Five Nights at Freddy Blacklight one. So, like, they just threw a lot of product at us for these things. I don't know. I just don't see the point of these. Like you said, I get it. It's maybe for kids. I do have a daughter, and like I still am not super excited about it. We got biddies, and she can care less now. When we got them a long time ago, like the princess ones and a couple other ones, I don't even know who they are, and she doesn't even care about them. They were just too small. She does have this style toys. I know when we were talking to Tex, I kind of joked about it because she has like the Gabby's dollhouse is a big thing where it's like obviously it's kind of like having an old Barbie dollhouse where it was a big thing. You open it up, it has floors, it has an elevator, and that's kind of like what I got out of this because it's something that you open up to see the rooms and stuff. And she has like multiple things that are like that. She has a Bluey house thing that's like that. She had the Encanto house. Like a lot of them are like that. But I just think like I can't wrap my head around like the Funko part of it, I guess, still, because like this isn't really what they do. But then again, they've done random side things. Like they came out with board games. Like that's what I think this is to me. I think this is just like another line, like the board games or like they came out with a lot of random other things that were like Funko, but it wasn't like specific pops. I get that these are minis like of pops, but I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be well because there's so many of these still on the shelves. I don't know if you guys don't see that, but I walk through a Target and there's like a billion biddies products everywhere. Like they're not selling in my mind if they have that many, but that's just the way.
I see all
You muted yourself, Charlie, I think.
I see all the ones that are not I guess maybe more favored, you know. I see mostly like the Star Wars ones still on the shelves, and
Yeah.
maybe like, you know, the Disney princesses and some Disney. But as far as like the Ninja Turtle ones, the Marvel ones, I don't really see those. Like half of those are gone.
Yeah.
But the
I
deluxes,
see those actually.
but the deluxes I do see at Five Below. I haven't seen them any from my what I recall. I don't see them anywhere else.
Yeah, so I do see them in my Target a decent amount, but it normally seems like the pop towns and the rides, like they're far and few between. Like there's the pegs for them at my Target, and like people have bought those, but the other ones, there are a ton of them.
Yeah.
I do agree with you with that, Migs. Like they made too
Like
many.
those standard first
Just the
versions that
standard
they came out.
yeah, because which I've been very critical of that, even though I like the biddies. The way they came out with those was terrible. They all should have been mystery. They never should show you the four. They killed that line with that. Even if I don't, the single packs they should have done, which now no, I know, Migs, that your daughter's even gotten some of these like Doorables, should be completely all mystery. And you get what you get. Not this, I see four, there's one mystery. Because once you buy that set, you're not going to buy them again to chase, in my
Yeah.
opinion. There's just no point.
Yeah.
But
That's true. That is true. Because honestly, I didn't even know that there was a 1/32, the gold ones. Like, I didn't know that was a thing until like just recently.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which I think those you can only get in the
Singles.
single ones. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
And they're not like at all the places. Like, it's so funny because I didn't know. Again, I just found out about them, right? But I only find the ones that you can get the 1/32s like at gas stations.
What?
Yeah, like I've gone to Five Below, right? But they're just normal ones. You can get the basic, whatever it is, and I'm just like, okay, that's weird. And I go to a gas station, get in an energy drink, and then I'm like, why do they have these here? Like,
See, that, I'm happy you brought that up because now I'm going to go Mig's team a little bit. They should not be selling Bitty Pops in a gas station. That is just completely
they have pops
terrible.
there.
Which you're right, they've had pops, I guess, in the past. I've seen pops there, but like Funko never should have gotten their product involved in stores like that. Not to, maybe I'm sounding like a hater here, but like that completely dilutes the brand.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought
We'll
them.
see. We'll see. But Biddy's obviously not going anywhere because they keep making more.
They're gonna keep coming until you buy some, dude. They're listening.
I had the original, the very first. I gave
No.
them that money.
Batman. No,
Yeah,
man.
Batman and Princess. That was it. And then I was like, nah, I'm good. These are too small. They're annoying. They don't stay in the thing. Like it was just a lot of stuff. I know now they're like changing some of that, but I just was very turned off by it. And then it's just, I don't know. Even the displays when they came out, we were like, oh, that's cool. We have a display, but like, I feel like you have to. It's gotta be. It's a very specific. Like, you gotta have like a freaking crazy setup to like want to like really display these. I feel like because a lot
I
of them
do agree to that.
don't
That's fair.
display right. But I mean, but as a toy thing, and if that's what they're going for, which does seem like it's kind of is, you know, I get it. If it's a little kid, and granted, like they're probably not gonna get the Pennywise one, right? But like if they're a little kid and you know they're a fan of Harry Potter or whatever, and they can get that, and it's like a little town type of thing, and like I understand all that part of it. I don't know why they keep making so many different versions of these things. I think the deluxe one is worse than these. If I had to like kind of put them, because that to me just like is kind of pointless. It's just a small one and it has like a background.
I'm
At
cool
least
with that.
these have like
I've bought in none of
rooms.
those.
Yeah, that's the one I think that's like that just makes no sense. But at least these kind of like have something to them, the little rooms, and you can put them around, you know, whatever. But yeah, And what's the other one's called? The one that like you can pop them in. Is it the? It's not the rides, right?
Yeah, the rides.
Yep, the rides you can do.
Is that the rides one? That you
Yeah.
pop it from the bottom.
Even the towns too. No?
Oh,
Yeah.
the towns. That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Towns
where,
and the
like,
rides.
you put it in and they're like sitting inside. Yeah, that one's like okay, but yeah, the deluxe ones are.
The thing is, though,
weird.
Funko's still. I don't think they know what they want to do with these because you bring up a good point. Like a kid is not buying the It one. It's like they want everyone to like this, which that is maybe part of their problem. Like when I saw that, I was shocked that they made like an It one of this. I was just like, oh, interesting, cool, but interesting.
I mean, there's some kids nowadays that like horror stuff and like not afraid of that.
Sure,
true, but
like Carly's liked horror stuff since she was like 4, and I'm like, dude, I can't watch that.
I mean, my daughter she's never watched any of the movies, but she knows a lot of the characters. But
true, but in all honesty, a company that is it's a kid's product.
That's
a
true.
rated R movie, like in-conscious, like it's weird that they're even thinking.
Now, if they start making Terrifier, I'll be like, dude, what is going on?
I wonder what I don't know if we can see any of these boxes because they're so small, but I wonder what the like age is on them. You know how like a Funko Pop also still has an age?
Yes, I think it's 3
on it
or 5.
Oh, it still is 3.
It could be 5.
It's 3+. Well, at least the Harry Potter one is 3+.
Okay.
The Stranger Things is 3+. Oh no, the Pennywise is 12+.
Oh.
See, it's weird because on the bottom here, it says on the little circle, I can't see it, but it has 0-3, and it has 0 to 3, and it has the X, the circle.
Okay. So 4.
Wait, the Pennywise one is definitely not 3+. That's something else. It's hard to see, but it's not 3. It's higher.
Have you taken those ever out of the box, Trey?
Yeah. I actually, I have a plan with these, so
okay.
I have a few over there.
So
yeah,
I like the Bitty. Trey like the Bitty. Makes no Bitty.
No Bitty.
No Bitty.
No Bitty for me. All right, so I think there's a couple. I don't know. There's a couple Funko Pops or things that you guys kind of want to talk about. Any other lines or anything? There's like a few things. I didn't have a ton of stuff on my end that I was kind of excited. I know there's one line that Trey was definitely excited for, but I don't know if you want to start off with
real
that
quick,
line.
You guys can hear me good, right? I know we're recording right now, but you can hear me fine, right?
Yes.
Technical difficulties. I legitimately pulled this off.
Oh,
if you're watching on YouTube, so now
you look like
so yeah. So
still
making a new setup. So yeah,
Freddie Mercury the one used to carry the mic stand.
Yes. So just making sure we're still good.
Oh
everyone.
My goodness.
Yeah, maybe a little closer because you're kind of low.
Okay, hear me good now.
Yes,
but yeah, Trey, WWE.
Let everyone know what you're excited about.
Okay, first of all, we didn't do an episode last week, but the last Ronin stuff.
Oh yeah,
oh my goodness! They literally said we're going after his wallet.
Yeah, they did.
And so it hit really hard. They had the 4-pack of the turtles, which they had the last Ronin, and then the other turtles that were, in spirit. Then they had the, what was it? They had the individual turtles. Then they had the last Ronin, which was a Barnes & Noble exclusive, which was pretty awesome as well. I think the 4-pack was in Amazon, which I was I was very surprised too. And I feel like it's a missed opportunity. And I know I sound like a broken record because I always talk about this, especially with like exclusives, but it wasn't a glow. Like they could have made this
looks that way.
Yeah, it looks that way. I initially thought, I was like, oh my God, they finally got it right. There isn't 2 variants. There's only one, and it's a glow, but it's just a 4-pack.
I like that one a lot.
Now it is.
Yeah,
now
it's great. It's like grayscale, though, no?
Well, the Barnes & Noble
one.
Yes, but then the actual initial 4-pack, yeah.
Oh, the one in the 4-pack, yeah.
Yeah, but that one, it looks good. I just wish it did glow. Maybe it does. Maybe they'll change it. I don't know, but I do wish it glowed.
It's wild to me that it doesn't glow, if I'm being honest.
Or even the 3.
Because it looks just like the Spirit Ghost ones in reality from Star Wars.
Exactly.
The Force Ghosts.
We did get a comment on the reel I posted on Instagram is, well, why is it that Michelangelo, the Last Ronin, get a 6-inch deluxe? Well, because there's already an OG one, right? So of course they have to change it up a little bit. So that's, I'm thinking that's the reason, because, well,
Yeah, I agree.
But Donatello looks good. Raphael, Leonardo, the whole set just looks amazing. I spent a lot of money basically. Pre-orders, I did double up on everything though, because Amazon is not good. But the only one I did not, or I haven't, I don't even know how many to get, is that weird store.
Yeah, that grocery store.
Meyer or whatever.
Yeah, because that's like in like the Midwest or something.
Yeah. So I'm a little upset about that, but I'm sure I'll get it.
It'll be on a Funko Shop, It's a Funko exclusive.
Yeah, it's a Funko Shop will redo it.
Yeah.
Did you get the BAM one?
Yeah, I did. I got that one. I got all of them. Well, the ones that went live at least. So, but yeah, Jackie was like, "What did you get?" I was like, "Oh, just $200 worth of stuff." She was like, $200. I was like, "Well, I had to get 2 of the 2-packs. I can't just have one." Because again, what I might end up doing is I might just try to make them glow on my own, right? Just do it custom.
Oh, hell yeah!
I'll go ahead and do it. I'll do it.
I mean, I agree. I think those are absolutely fire. But you took the words right out of everyone's mouth.
Yeah,
but I'm going to go one that excited me. I mean, I actually think Funko's having a pretty good week. It's interesting we've been negative for the beginning of this episode, but we're going to end it strong with, in my opinion, our positivity here. I've always wanted Funko Pops from the OG Superman. They made one, which was like a Zavi. Remember that story?
Oh, yeah, Zavi exclusive.
Which I have, but now we're getting a Lex Luthor, which this is an amazing chase. Like, it's epitome of what a chase should be. You're getting him with his hair versus when he's bald, which is sick. This reminds me very much of like the awesome 80s Batman chase of the Joker. We're getting Lois Lane, which, I mean, whatever, but that pop's cool. The Jor-El one is awesome. And then Superman in the Fortress of Solitude. Like, to me, this is such a sick set. It's not too big either, which I do appreciate.
For now.
And I know Batman's always gone in the love, which I do love Batman, but it's nice to see that they're making some other Superman movies in Funko form that we don't really have.
Yeah. Before they flood us with all the new
exclusives,
stuff. Yeah, I know.
Different variants.
Yeah, I won't be why they're setting it up.
I'll only be getting these because that movie's not going to be good. You heard it here first.
Yeah, it's a cool line, and it's cool to see like a little more nostalgic feel to it. Like I said, obviously the new movie's going to be coming out. I'm sure they're going to have stuff for that. But at least we still get some stuff for the old one, especially because we haven't really had anything from there, like Charlie was saying. Speaking of nostalgic, we are getting some Barney Pops.
I think those are cool.
We're getting a Barney. We're getting a Baby Bop. Pretty classic looking, pretty classic show. Obviously, most of us grew up on that. So cool to see that. Kind of falls into some of the older shows that we randomly get a Funko line for.
Yeah.
So, nothing crazy, but it's just good to see that they're kind of, branching out to that as well.
Trey, no love for Barney? I saw you shaking your head.
No. It was more of a Muppets, Sesame Street.
Oh, I mean,
I was a Sesame Street. I wasn't as big of a Muppet fan, honestly.
Probably because I got made fun of, like, whenever we're purple, they call me Barney. So I probably didn't. That's probably why I was like,
That's
nah.
a striking a chord.
okay,
Just
makes sense.
next subject. Nah, I'm just playing.
Christmas, like you said, Dre, Christmas is coming.
I got you, bro. They need to have a Barney that dances. That's whoever was inside that Barney suit was always breaking it down. Oh man. But
I mean, another line they announced too, where I'm gonna be now, I guess, a little negative, even though I love Star Wars. Like this, dude, we're gonna basically a Luke Skywalker line. It was like one of my favorite characters, but it's like they basically all exist in a certain one way or another. Like,
yeah,
the one that's super cool is when he has the visor over and he's training. I do really like that one. And then we're getting like R2D2 with the projection of Leia, which is cool too. But I'm now finally on the bandwagon of like, we just don't need these deluxe pops anymore. Like,
yeah, they make so many for them.
to quote Miggs, I mean it with his Bitty Pops, like they're sitting. People aren't buying these. Like,
Yeah,
even I don't want to buy them anymore. Like, just we just don't make them anymore. I think Funko would really do themselves a service to just not make them anymore, or make sure they can fit in the box. There's no reason we can't have these cooler, more detailed molds that fit in a normal size box. We all know it's possible.
That's true.
agree.
I agree.
Agree.
Another one that I thought was super cool, and I'm pretty excited because I used to love playing this game a lot as a kid, was the Metal Gear Solid. Now, I believe there's a new game that's coming out. I'll be honest, I haven't really kept up with too much of like gaming stuff because I've been kind of busy. And I haven't really been playing my PS5 too often either. So, but the Metal Gear Solid ones, the Naked Snake, and then the boss, those pops look amazing. Like, I'm super excited. I kind of hope they did like an exclusive where he's like in the cardboard box walking, but or when he has his stealth mode on, like those would be cool. Pretty sure maybe we'll get those down the line, but I'm definitely excited for those.
Those definitely would be cool. I do like this line though, but I like that it's 2.
Yes.
Not to say that I wouldn't want more, like you said, down the line, but we say this all the time, like that's what Funko needs to be doing.
Just the 2, maybe 3 here and there.
Cool.
Nothing too crazy, and then give us the exclusives later. Or
exactly, you can grow over time and make it more collectible.
Yeah,
the snake is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
like it looks great. We do have we talk about this all the time when it comes to like sports and like the giveaways. They do it a lot on the West Coast, and they're going to do it here for San Francisco. The Giants, they have the Lou Seal Funko Pop, which is obviously like their mascot. Seal, the glasses on. It's actually going to be given away on July 27th against the Mets. So.
Yay!
For the first 15,000 fans. And unlike the other ones that we were talking about over here, it doesn't say kids. It just says
they know what's up.
15,000 fans.
It's ridiculous because it's not for kids.
but
it's a cool
They do
pop.
that, and it's cool that they're doing it with another one. Little Lou Seal. It's a funny mascot.
Yeah, I mean, I love that they're doing that. I mean, I feel like for stuff that was officially announced, kind of ends there for me. I mean, Trey, I'm pretty sure you're probably pretty pumped about the WWE pops if you want to talk about those.
I am. Was just about to say that the line looks really, really good. There is a new Shawn Michaels where he's doing the Sweet Chin music.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then they have the LA Knight, and the bottom is Stacy Keebler, and then you got Gunther, and then you got X-Pac, and then I forget who that is. I don't know if that's Io Sky or oh man, for some reason I don't remember who that is.
X-Pac is sick.
Yeah, I think it is Io Sky. But yeah, the X-Pac is super cool. I'm finally glad he's getting one because obviously Shawn Michaels and Triple H always had the DX ones. But I do like this line a lot. I'm super excited for that. And my WWE line is probably going to start getting big as my TMNT line.
Yeah. And literally we talked about this last time. I don't want to keep
Yeah.
a broken record here, but every time they drop a line, they drop like new fighters mixed with legendary fighters.
It's
They
great.
always do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it's a good mix though, because this one, I mean, they're still not relevant, but like X
Yeah,
Pac
yeah.
still comes out, you know, for DX reunions. Shawn Michaels is obviously, you know, a classic, everybody's favorite, you know, wrestler. And then you got the new generation that is up and coming, like Gunther. You know, I know a few weeks ago you were like, "Who's this Gunther guy?"
Yeah,
He's the
that
champion.
just sounds
You know
like
what I mean?
ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but yeah, nonetheless, I'm excited for that one for sure. There was
Yeah.
another one.
There was some pretty cool
Yeah, there's some cool
alien
leaks
pops too. The runner.
Oh, yeah,
and
the
then
alien ones are cool.
The Ripley.
The Marvel
up
ones
against the
had
wall.
two. Some of the Marvel stuff wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
Well, I did see they were like restocking a lot of Marvel stuff, which is
Yeah, I saw that too. The Red Hulk from Hot Topic
yeah,
with the chase.
It's like, why?
not really a fan of that. But
Oh yeah, there was a
there
Dudley
anything
Boys,
else?
the 2-pack, and then there was a Rowdy Piper.
Yeah, that was kind of like a leak thing, though, right? They haven't seen the
Yeah.
official.
It was like a Hall of Fame thing, so I don't know. It looks like it, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
with
know.
the Hall of Fame little plaque, like they came out with
That's what-
Undertaker and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, which is weird because I don't recall the Dudleys being in the Hall of Fame. Maybe they'll be in the Hall of Fame this year. I don't know.
Maybe that was a tease, little spoiler.
Yeah.
One random though thing that's off of Funko that I wanted to mention was Mischief Toys actually has a new drop coming out soon for their 3rd year anniversary, which is crazy. They've been around for that long. I just want to shout this figure out because it's actually pretty cool. It is designed as a sketch of Ghastly, basically how Chris sketched him for the first time, and the box even has like originally the name was spelled with an E. They changed it to not have it. It's like on their box crossed out the other name, and you know all the Mischief Toy boxes always have kind of like a story on the back of them. You know, this is all written out in like Chris's handwriting. I think it's a super creative way to have like an anniversary type figure, get people hyped, and it's even like speaking of influencers, I thought this was pretty wild. They had our boy CJ Psychic Inc. even talk about it.
Yeah, he had
which is
it in
kind
his
of
hand.
exciting to see, like, you know, some big people like that talking about their product. So just if anyone's interested in that, I believe it comes out January 24th. So get pumped for that.
Yeah, they have a pin too.
Yeah, the pin bundle.
Yeah, I saw that's pretty cool. It's the first one they're gonna come out with for the year. Sketch Ghastly. Definitely like a really cool concept. I think it's something a little better than just plastering another little version and like maybe not changing much on it. Like at least this kind of has something special to it, especially because of the box and the writing, crossing it off. Like yeah, that whole thing is really cool. So it was actually Ghastly was without the E. Now it has the E. So,
and it's available January 22nd. I made a mistake. I don't know
22nd?
why. Yeah, I had 24th in my head, but yeah, 22nd.
Nice.
So good luck if you guys are going for that because it's 255 piece count. So exciting for that as well. Obviously, we love supporting them. Yeah, that's what's up.
I don't know. I think that is probably it, which was a lot. I don't know. Do you have anything else, Trey?
That's basically pretty much it. I mean, everything else we pretty much talked about or touched base on. So the
last big thing though is teasing, so everyone knows you better be ready for next week's episode because it's going to be huge.
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 Pretty good stuff going on.
I think it will be the biggest episode in the history of Collector Chatter. Well, we hope view wise, but in terms of
biggest for us.
Biggest for us. It's gonna be
a very big personality in the community.
So be ready for that.
Definitely stay tuned. Yeah, next week will be another one of those episodes where we will have someone on. We're not going to say anything now. We will tease it kind of throughout the week, and you'll probably know beforehand, maybe, but we'll see. Yeah, we will have someone who we all obviously are fans of. I think everyone's pretty much a fan of this person. Massive scale in this community. Yeah, that's pretty much all we're gonna say. But we're definitely excited. So make sure to tune in, listen, watch, whatever you want. Definitely come over and watch that episode. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, you want to watch that one.
But normal stuff with this one. If you haven't already, like the video. If you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you guys. Like it over there. You can even interact on Spotify, etc. And if you're on one, go check us out on the other one. Kind of help back and forth. Definitely help us out.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. You can even have it playing while you're watching it over here.
You can even listen to old episodes.
Save time.
Someone comment on one of our videos from a really old episode.
Oh, yeah,
which I was like, that was wild.
Random. Yeah, check out the old ones. Yeah, we got some good stuff on there. But yeah, let us, Charlie and Trey, whatever you guys want to say to let us go or to follow us, all the goodies.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can find us at Collector Chatter and then at STX_collectibles, at pop_migs, and at collector_Charlie. That's all of our handles where you can go find us on Instagram, and make sure you interact with us on those platforms as well, not just on YouTube. And like Mick said, you can go on Spotify and you can interact with us there. Keep the comments coming. We love the comments. Once again, we say this all the time, but let us know if there's any other ideas of things you want us bring into the show, any things you want us to talk about, because we take everyone's opinions extremely seriously, and we want to give the fans what they want, because as you can see, we've been kind of really owning our name, I feel like, this year as Collector Chatter, not just talking about Funko product, and we're only going to do more and more. So yeah, Trey, anything you want to add?
Just like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because you do not want to miss this next episode. It's going to be good. Really good.
Really good. So we'll leave you with that.
It might be one of our top episodes, honestly.
I completely agree. With that said, collecting is the way. Later, everyone.
Peace.
Later.